If only they knew. The hub for young business minds.
Welcome back to another episode of If Only They Knew. In this episode, I talked to SK Beats, who's a music producer, who sat down and talked to me about his journey as a freelancer, his thoughts on the UK music scene, and much more. So first off, how you doing, mate? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. So you're a music producer, right?
Yeah. I've been doing it for around 3 years now.
Really?
Yeah, about 3 years.
What's your thoughts on today's music scene? What sort of genres do you do, and what sort of genres do you keep your eyes on in the UK scene?
The genres that I do mostly is drill, UK rap, a little bit of reggaeton. Started doing USA rap also because I think that's what's actually coming out now more, even here.
Yeah. Especially with reggaeton as well. Like all those sort of genres, they're the ones that are popping mostly.
Yeah,
Even
that's
if
what
you
they've
don't
done.
hear it a lot, innit? Yeah, the proper popping.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they've done. That's what I've realized. A lot of songs that are coming out now, they've got like a reggaeton twist to it, like maybe the drum pattern and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I've
I,
kind of
I,
like go into
I
that.
might be being ignorant, yeah, but is like Jay Huss, has he sort of got that sort of vibe, or is it like partly in it?
No, his vibe is it's like how can I explain his one? It's like he's got a swing to it.
Yeah, that's it.
It's got a
Afro
bit.
swing.
His,
Yeah.
exactly that. It's Afro swing. So he's got a bit of everything, but with his own lyrics. But
Yeah.
only he can pull that kind of stuff off, I think, personally.
Yeah,
But
he
everyone's got
puts
their
a
own sound.
twist. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What made you want to get into music then in the first place?
Do you know what? To be honest with you, a lot of people always start with, oh yeah, I've been influenced by my family or my dad's a drummer and stuff like that. Mine is nothing like that, nothing at all. The only thing was, my dad was a DJ, but that doesn't really, it's not like a musical instrument. He's just playing someone else's song.
Yeah.
But so I was bored out. I actually had Fruity Loops 9 about 7 to 8 years ago, I think it was. I downloaded it and I didn't know how to use it, so I deleted it. And that was the end of that. Then literally 3 years from now, I was literally at home, bored, had nothing much to do. So I thought, yeah, let me try this again. So I downloaded the latest one, kept playing around with it, didn't really have that much luck because there was no like YouTube tutorial and stuff like that.
No.
So I had to all like literally learn myself. And then
So there's literally no one that like inspired you or nothing. You was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it and then sort of wing it, like do it all yourself.
Inspiration wise, it's quite a lot to be honest. Like,
really?
You got like Zephyrus. There's another guy called Got You on him. He's another producer. Wild Boy Ace is another producer. There's a few of them, but UK producers. I didn't really look up to like American or anything like that, to be honest. It's mostly UK.
Yeah.
And then I had to just try and learn, see the way they done it, and just try and make my own sound from it.
But in terms of like learning Fruit Loops and that, you said you did it pretty much yourself, right?
I done it all myself. Yeah. I had no one to like teach me or guide me because I don't really know anyone that's musically like who knows about that kind of stuff. So I had to do it all myself. But I just kept learning. And then 3 years down the line, I'm now teaching my brother, teaching my little cousin, people on Instagram that message me for tips and tricks and stuff like that.
So you're famous or not yet?
Nah, not yet. I'm getting there, but at the moment, just still trying to get in there. I've got a song out already, which was my first big placement. Well, I've had a few placements, but this was like my first big one, as in like video and stuff like that. Which is good. But it's just
plug it. Let the people know. Where can they find it?
It's on YouTube. It's called Pakman Work, and I've done that with somebody else called Juggy Beats. We've done that on TeamViewer because he lives in Leicester. I live in London, so we had to do it over the computer because with the timings where I work and stuff like that, we couldn't meet up and make the beat, so we've done it online.
I guess that's a good thing about doing music nowadays. Like back in the day, you probably would have had to been like local to the person to connect and collaborate. But nowadays, like how much of like the modern technology, how much has that helped you? Like you said with TeamViewer, was it called?
Yeah, because what it is actually pretty crazy because that actual song that's out, me, him, and Pakman have never met in real life. So the song that was out was done all online. That's how big it is.
And how did you meet these people? Through social media?
I met Juggy through social media by him inboxing me and asking me if I want to collab. And then Pakman, that was for a promo that I done. So I done a promo with someone about a year ago. and he put my video of one of my beats on his page, and he's got quite a big following. I think 150k. He's probably hit 200 by now, but
Wow.
around that. And yeah, Pakman saw it, and he messaged me from that, and he messaged me directly and followed me, and then we just started working from there. Really.
That's nuts. So if anyone
Yeah.
to this and they're not even just music, but they want to start like a project of their own, like start their own company, basically you're living proof that you can just do it by using your phone. You don't need to be like flying about here and there.
No,
Just
no,
pick up your
literally,
phone.
yeah. All I had, not even a big studio either. I had my phone, a laptop, MIDI keyboard, and really good sounds. And yeah, just basically being hungry to make music. That's all. You don't need nothing. I didn't meet up with Pakman, didn't meet up with Juggy. Half of the collabs I've got online, I haven't met any of them in person. It's all online, all TeamViewer. We can transfer like files over, Dropbox. So you don't really need to meet up with anyone.
So that's the online world, but how about the real world? Do you have like a normal job, and how have you found balancing music and like normal life just in general?
To be honest, it's pretty hard, but I've done it. So there's proof that it can be done. People say there's not enough hours in a day, but that's not true, because I'll be working, say, 8 hours a day, and then when I go home, I'll do music. The other, let's say, 4 hours, 5 hours. Yeah, at the beginning, it was pretty easy, but as I was getting a lot more better and people like wanted to meet up with me, do studio sessions and stuff like that, there's been times when I've had to turn it down due to work. I've took the other route now, because not everyone should do it, where I'm going to leave my job and then just focus on music full time.
What made you want to take that leap then? Like, because that's a big decision, but what made you want to take that big decision?
I actually know a few people that have done it, and they have said to me it's very risky. It's a risky thing to do. And obviously they won't tell me to do it because it's my life. It's up to me how I do it. But if you want something, you need to take the risk sometimes, just grab it. At the end of the day, if I don't get as much income as I would from working, I could just do a side job just for now. As long as it's not a full-time job, I can focus on music, because that's like my main priority at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. And how many hours do you reckon you'll have to spend, or like how many days? Is it literally going to be like all day, every day from now on?
Yeah, well, my plan already. So I'll be leaving work just in under a few weeks' time, and I've literally got my planner and I've wrote everything down how I'm going to do it. So I'll be spending 4 days a week making the beats, like making instrumentals, finding like different VSTs, different sounds and stuff like that. And then the other days after that, the 3 days after, I'll be doing the marketing, getting my contact list, uploading on YouTube, BeatStars, SoundCloud, Instagram. So half marketing and then half producing.
Yeah, and is this all by yourself? You don't have anyone else sort of helping you like, on your team or that? Just you?
No, just me at the moment. It's literally just me. But as I said before, my brother's making music as well now. Like, he's doing it on the side. He's actually a full-time barber, but he does it on the side as well.
Yeah.
And me and him have actually spoken, and he's pretty good at melodies and stuff like that and loops. So he will probably be on the team, because obviously he's my brother, his family. So I don't need to worry about no contracts or anything. I could just slap him on the team and just get ideas from him, like melodies and stuff like that. But then in the future, once it does get bigger, I will have a team around me to do marketing and stuff. But for now, it's not necessary. I don't need to get anyone on board to that at the moment.
So it's been 3 years by yourself. What would you say has been the hardest thing about sort of working alone? Have you struggled with anything?
Yeah, the actual artists, because you don't just message an artist and then you get a response. It doesn't work like that. They need to either know you, hear songs of you, or even have a chance to open your message. So it's literally breaking a door to get an artist to actually hear my music.
I guess the main thing would be like, if your content's good, it will find someone. As long as you're putting it out there, like the music scenes, even though it's like huge, it's all like well interconnected. So if you put your thing out there, someone will pass it on to someone else, and then even if it takes weeks or months, the right person will get hold of it eventually, I guess, as long as you're doing the hard work before that.
Yeah, exactly. And also that's when collabs come in, because collabs are a very good thing to do. It's not always good, but sometimes it is good, where I'll say it's not good because sometimes if you don't know the person personally and you haven't got like a friendship with them, they can easily do you over. And it's been done before in the past, not with me, but with other people. But if you do have a good connection, the way I do with Juggy Beats, for example, it's basically my contact list plus his contact list. He might know artists that I don't know. I might know some that he don't know.
You seem to know a lot about music though. Like, how many people do you help? Like, if someone messages you, like, do you give them help? And how how much help have you had, like, from people if you reach out to someone?
I'm going to be honest with you. This is the two questions. The help that I've had, none. I've had to help myself, but the help that I've given out is a lot. The reason being, I always said this to people around me. When it's my time, when I start getting out there, when I start learning everything, I'm going to give my advice out to every single person I can. I really don't care. Like, I'm not going to hold it in like everyone else did. Because there was times from when I was younger and I was doing the beats and I asked people, oh, can you help me do this? How do you do this? They were throwing money signs on the chat.
Oh, wow.
And things like that. Maybe because I'm just not a stingy person or something like that. But I wouldn't give someone advice and then charge them for it.
Yeah, no, it's unfair, but it happens
Especially
a lot in, like, my world.
Yeah, especially if it's just a little tip, little trick. I'm more than happy to help. But a lot of these people out there, all they were doing was. So, funniest thing is now, I would go back to the messages. I like looking at my old messages, and I'll go to their page, I'll go to their music, and funnily enough, they're not doing anything. They've got no placements, they've got no collabs, they've got nothing, and any beats they do have ain't that great.
No, it's karma, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But not hardly no. I remember there was somebody that I did ask to help me, and he said he'll give me a call. Never rang me. I didn't really hold my breath for that. And then I just literally started learning myself. And you learn each day. Each day I learn new things. Like today I've learned something else. Yesterday I learned something different. You just learn, and I just take a lot of information in.
Have you ever felt like giving up though? Like when you're messaging all these people, especially like when you first start off and no one's giving anything back. Did you ever think, you know what, I'm just going to stop or slow down?
Of course. I was actually going to stop and just go to the other side of music, as in like engineering and stuff like that, where you don't have to worry about any of that, because engineers they just get paid. And they just do everyone else's songs. And there was times I just gave up, just stopped for maybe a month or something like that, 2 months, just stopped. And I thought, no, this ain't for me. No one's hearing my music. But every single person I show my beats to, they've always said, you're really good, don't give up, you're amazing. And I thought, yeah, maybe they just send it because they're my friends.
Yeah.
But when I had people like Nines, for example, messaging me, following me, who's one of the biggest here, that pushed me, and I was like, if he's messaging me, then I must be good. Then about a month ago, I had Fredo, him messaging me also to keep sending him beats over, which means he's listening to them, which means he wants more.
Have you been keeping track of like your milestones then? Because as you said, like you obviously have had a few milestones, but have you been keeping track, and how important has it sort of been, like for you to look back and say, wow, look where I was 1 year ago, look where I was 1 month ago? How important has that been for you?
It has. That's the reason why I leave my SoundCloud beats on there. I don't really use SoundCloud as much now, but I actually leave my beats on there from the beginning. I got beats from 2 years ago and I haven't deleted them. So I can always look back and see the progress and how good I've become from then till now. Also, my messages, I don't delete any of them. So I always look back.
Good, yeah.
And there's times where people have ignored me, and now they're messaging me on emails and stuff like that. So it's always good to remember where you started from, how low you was. So then it makes you think, next year, where am I going to be? What am I going to be doing next year? And stuff like that. So it pushes you to do more.
That's true. Is there anything you wish you knew at an earlier stage?
Not really.
It's a tough question, I know, but it's like looking back, it's like, do you think there's anything you could have maybe changed or
how I see it, if I
done?
changed it, I might not be here now making the beats that I'm making, having the sound that I'm having. And also, like with collabs, I get messages every single day for collabs. I used to be the person sending the messages out. Now I'm getting them, and I don't even have enough time to do the collabs. So it's gone to that stage. I can't really complain. I literally have so many unfinished things that I need to finish, and I haven't had a chance to do it because I've been so wrapped up with everything else.
Yeah.
But I feel like no, because I wouldn't be where I am now. Not like I'm anywhere as far as I want to be, but if I'd done things differently, I might have been too far ahead of myself.
I think that's what I always say is trust the process. Like you are where you are now for a reason. You was back where you was back then for a reason, and it all adds up and it all shapes your journey, you know, and you'll get to wherever you want to go if you have the right mindset. And talking of mindset, what was your mindset in your early teens? Like back in the day, what was you on? Like, was you proper focused on like just work, or was you out having a good time? And how do you think that's affected you now? Like
having a good time, as in going out every single weekend. So I'm basically living off my paycheck every weekend. Like I'll be getting paid weekly, and half of it will go just going out, getting tables, having fun, just literally just having fun. But how I saw it is, it's good I've done it because I got it out of my system.
Exactly.
So now all I can do is just focus. like focus, do music, just get where I need to be. So no, yeah, I just literally had fun when I was younger. That's how it is now. And at the end of the day, now I've done it all. I set my system. Don't have to worry about doing it again.
Like you said, you're focused. You've got it all out of your system. You know where you're going, and I think that's something I may come into trouble with in the future because I haven't really lived my life to the max as of yet. Like I'm 21, and it's like I just know that at some point I'm gonna be like, oh wow, maybe I should have like got that out of my system, done this, gone there, and sort of lived my life a bit so I could focus in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
So
This is why
it's
you should trust the plan and trust what's going on and don't try and edit anything in your life. Just go for it.
exactly,
Because
yeah.
what I done then, I went on holidays, I done my thing. I was going on little trips here and there. I was spending all this money, like going shopping, getting drinks, getting tables, just doing the usual, having house parties, having sleepovers, all that crazy stuff. Not sleeping, going college without no sleep, all that kind of stuff. But I had nothing else to do, just that, and then college, and then after I had work, so it was work and then going out. I had no hobby.
It's a different life than it back then. Back in the
Completely
day,
different
like
life. Now
yeah,
it's a Saturday. I'm chilling today, finishing some collabs finally. Gonna do some music, do some marketing. It's a Saturday night. Usually, I would have been ready to go out by now. I would have been completely drunk, ready to go out and have some fun. But this is now my type of fun, going on YouTube, listening to new songs. So yeah, a lot has changed, but it's only for the better.
Talking of things changing, is there anything you want to either change or you want to sort of have going forward this year? Like, is there anything you're looking forward to and thinking, you know what, I really want that this year, whether it's music or in life? Is there anything you sort of got your eyes set on this year?
Yeah, studio, that's what I want. That is like my main focus. Well, not my main focus, because my main focus is getting the music done.
Yeah.
But actually having a studio, having a booth, so it's easier to just get artists to come down, because that's what I've done it a few times, but it's not really a thing that I do. I usually just do it online, sending beats over.
But you just
I
want that
realised,
facility to have
yeah,
it.
because when you send beats over, whatever comes out of it is it's going to be a decent song. But if you're with
Yeah.
the artist, it's going to become an anthem, because you can sit down together and you're going to get it exactly how he wants it, exactly to a T. So it's made for him. It's like going to get a suit. You get a normal suit, or you can get a suit fitted. The suit fitted is always going to be better because you was there. You tried it on. You told them exactly how you want it. So the fit of the suit is going to be a lot better than the fit of a suit that you buy ready-made, kind of thing.
Yeah, and of course, it's better to
That's how
always
I
sort of have it. Yeah, exactly. It's better to have it there, isn't it, than sort of having it online or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So mostly it's just getting that done, getting my BeatStars page up and running properly, like uploads every day, new type of beats every day, getting my YouTube videos up and running. Yeah, just getting my Instagram, my contact list, literally just getting out there, getting placements, getting as much placements as I can.
And you talked about anthems. Can we expect any anthems from you coming this year? What sort of
Yeah, of course.
what's coming from you this year?
Well, at the moment, as it stands, there's not much as in placement wise, because it's still the new year. I'm still getting all my stuff like together.
Still early,
all my
yeah.
beats.
Still
Yeah.
proper early.
But with Pakman, we've spoken, so we could be getting more stuff done. So there'll be more Pakman stuff coming out. And there'll be some from Amsterdam as well.
Nice.
An artist called Siaz, he's from Amsterdam. I met him from literally SoundCloud, and I went to Amsterdam a month or two later, met up with him. So then we've got like a little friendship. So there's going to be some Dutch music. There's a few other ones. I got like a song in German song that's going to be coming out. Wilson 56, I think his name is. That was from a collab. Yeah. So the guy who done the collab with, he knew the artist. So that will be coming. And then yeah, literally as much as I can.
So you sort of talked there about like connecting with different people, and you sort of touched on it earlier as well. But just to clarify, like how important is networking, not just for you, but like for anyone sort of running their own project or their own business? How important has
put
networking
it this
been?
way, because as I said, I don't really meet up with people to do music, or I don't really go to no like music fairs and stuff like that, or just conventions, exhibitions, all that. I don't do none of that. I could, but I don't. But because of that, if I didn't do anything online, if I never had an Instagram page, nobody will know me. Put it that way.
That is like, true, yeah.
You have to have a good following or like good material. You need to be determined to get people to hear your music. You need to have good content out there, and you need to network. You need to speak to people, show them respect, and listen to them. Just try to help others. If you help people, they'll help you back, and just keep at it. Don't just send a few messages and that's it. And also, you can't bombard people at the same time because they've got a life, they've got other messages they need to get back to. So you need to be consistent, but at the same time, don't be too much with someone.
No, that's a
Kind of
good
thing.
point to make. Yeah, that's definitely a good point to make. So we're going to hear plenty more from SK Beats this year.
Yeah,
If
of course.
people listening can want to reach out to you, where's the best place they should go?
Well, my most active at the moment is Instagram. So it's skbeats__. My beats are all on there. I've got the beat stars, but what I've done, if you go on my Instagram, everything's on my Instagram, as in you can see my SoundCloud on there. So I don't need to sit down and give you every single one because they're all on that one page. That's how I've done it. So everything's there.
Nice.
It's like a little index kind of thing. You go on there and everything's there. A catalogue, let's say. So
Nice.
my SoundCloud's there, my YouTube's there, and everything else.
Right. Well, let's hope 2020 will be the year for you. I wish you the best of luck and thank you for talking to me today.
Thank you very much.
All right. Cheers, mate.